Hello, hello, hello. It's been a while since we've been live. We've been doing a lot of traveling and been very busy running around. Had another skin cancer procedure a few weeks ago. And so, yeah, we're going live. Hopefully, this pops up on Facebook here shortly. And if it doesn't, we're going to have to figure something out. Okay, it says we're live on Facebook. So I'm going to go in here and tag some people and we'll get started. So we plan to have a few guests on here tonight, and we're going to talk about insulin resistance, how I reverse type 2 diabetes, neuropathy, pain, high blood pressure, lost a bunch of weight. If we get some guests on here, they'll be sharing their stories. We're going to talk about what's lacking in the modern food environment, why so many of us are getting sick, and what a lot of us are doing to reverse these problems. You like my fake fireplace back here? It's really cold and snowing here in Ohio, and that makes for a good ambiance, right? So I'm going to tag a few people here. As you come in to Facebook, if you could just tag some people in the comments. If you're not sure how to do that, just put the @ symbol and start typing their name. They should pop up and you can share it directly with them. So I'm going to do that with a few people that have recently followed me here, and we'll get started. Hello, Arlie. Hello, Megan. How are you this evening? Hopefully we'll get some people in here watching, and we can help some people get healthy tonight. So if you know anyone struggling with any of these metabolic health symptoms, I'm actually going to throw the picture up here real quick while I'm waiting. If I can find the image, let's see here. I think this is the one I want to share. Yeah, that's one of them. So we'll just share that for now. If you know anyone struggling with any of these problems, please tag them in this live, and maybe we can help them like so many of us have been helped with this protocol and changed our life. So if everyone could tag, 3 to 5 people, that would be great. You can also do the @ highlight or @ followers if you have that capability on your Facebook, and we'll see if we can get a bunch of people in here. So hi, Sandy. How are you? Welcome in. So since I'm doing this through Restream, I can't see everyone that pops in here, but if you could just put a comment, say hello or where you're watching from. I can see some of you are tagging people, so that's great. I appreciate it. Yeah, and we'll get started here right away. Forgive me. I'm trying to talk and do multiple things at once, and just trying to tag some people and get this out there. So, okay. So if you have never been on one of my lives before, it says we got 15 people in here now. Welcome. My name's Jeff. Let me see if I can change this setup a little bit. Okay, that looks a little better for me. Can you all still see that? My name's Jeff. I'm 54 years old. I'm from Ohio. Like I said, it's snowing like crazy and cold as heck here today, but hey, that's part of it. And I thought, well, a lot of people are probably snowed in. Let's do a Facebook Live. So for 20 years, I struggled with type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, ended up developing stage 1 kidney failure, had horrible neuropathy in my feet. I dealt with that for about 6 years, to the point I was getting injections in my feet. And I was starting to worry, am I going to lose my toes? Am I going to lose a foot eventually? Started getting blurry vision, hence the glasses. And this camera really messes with me because I feel like I'm looking straight ahead, but it's kind of offset and it's mirrored. So it messes with me a little bit. Anyway, I started getting blurry vision, hence the glasses. Had horrible inflammation throughout my body, poor circulation, and I was 312 pounds. In fact, let me see if I can just pull up a photo of me from before, right? So so this is what I was looking like before I found this protocol that has absolutely changed my life. Rika from Vancouver, Canada. Hello. You're on the protocol too. Reverse your thyroid problems in 3 months. That's great. So yeah, this was me. I was type 2 diabetic. I was 312 pounds, horrible inflammation. Look how just fat and round my face is. Now, honestly, it's still a little puffy now from the skin cancer procedures and things I've had done. But oh, we got a guest wanting to come on here, Mr. Chet Hoops. Let's bring him on. How are you, sir?
Good. Been outside.
Yeah, so we were out running around all day and had fun getting home from Zanesville. We were in the mall and we went to a friend of mine was running a pro wrestling event there, and we come out and a few inches of snow on the ground, and it was a disaster getting home. Several cars in the ditch and stuff. So yeah,
A lot of change.
yeah. It just kind of we knew it was coming, and they still didn't prepare. But was you out riding snowmobiles today? Is that what I heard you say?
I got him out. We went to a basketball game for granddaughter this morning,
I
and
got you.
then come home and it started spitting around. And I thought, well, maybe I better rearrange the garage. So I did, and moved summer toys back and moved winter toys out front. And yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah. Gotcha. If anyone else that is kind of in the know here and has the link to join the restream, and you want to join us, after you've tagged some people, if you just go to that message I sent you earlier, you can click that link and come join us. Now you may have to give some permissions to restream for your camera and your microphone, but hey, if you want to come in and join us and be on the live, we would be happy to have you. Okay. So, as I was saying, I was telling my story, Chet. What were you dealing with that you decided it was time to make a change?
I ballooned up to 335 pounds and was miserable. Having a hard time getting in and out of the truck. And you get to the end of your rope. You keep looking and looking and looking for stuff. And finally I seen you on TikTok, and I watched you for way too long. But I'm sure glad you was there, because I'm not sure where I'd have been right now. I was on the verge of having to take pills, having to get on blood pressure medicine.
This wheel of torture that I have up here.
Yeah.
Were you suffering with any of those besides the weight problem? Was there any
swelling?
of those?
I had swelling, and I had was starting to have some pretty good trouble with my one leg. And
I remember you actually showed me that again this weekend, a wound that you had on your leg that wouldn't heal. And it's amazing now that it's healed up, right? It's gone. The swelling's starting to go down in the leg. You're starting to get color back. Yeah, it's amazing what we can change if we just let our body heal itself. So folks, if you're listening out there and you're a truck driver and you're like, really, guys, I have no choice. I have to eat, fast food or truck stop food, or I have to, this is on my route and that's where I'm going to eat. This guy right here is in the same boat. Like, he drives truck 14, 16 hours a day sometimes. And Chet, how much weight have you lost in your time being on this?
I have lost 80 pounds, and I just decided when we got back from our trip, where we was at last weekend, I decided to do a 72-hour fast, and I am just right at the end of it, and I'm deciding whether I want to go to tomorrow or not. But if it wasn't for this, there's no way I would have been able to do it. But I've lost 80 pounds, and then put that in perspective. Go grab a couple 40-pound bags of sand and put that on your shoulders and carry it about 10 feet and see what you think. Because that I couldn't do what I've been doing, what I've done. I am absolutely at 68 going on 42. There's no other way to say it.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. 68 going on 42. I love that. That's how I'm 54, and I say all the time I feel better now than I did in my 40s, because then I was on 8 different medications and I just felt horrible all the time. Chronic inflammation, tired all the time. Yeah. Just felt like I was eating constantly, and there was like no end in sight. It was just going to continue to spiral until I got to the point where I was going to have toes amputated or a foot or lose a kidney or whatever. And I didn't want to. Hey, we got another guest coming in here. Couple of them. We'll get these two ladies in here. Hello, Chrissy. Hello, Haley. How are you?
Hi.
Hello.
So this is mother and daughter.
Yeah.
And happy to have you guys on here with us. Haley has not been on a live with us before. And this girl's a beast. Chet, she just done a 72-hour fast as well, I seen.
I did.
Yep.
I just did. I just finished it the other day, and I was really proud of myself because I kept saying, I could never do that. But I did it, and I felt amazing afterwards. So, yeah, you put your mind to it, you can do it.
Yeah.
You kind of what inspired me to do mine again.
Yay! Yeah, it was really good. It felt good afterwards.
Yeah, I need to do another one as well. We got back from Vegas there, and like 2 days later, I got severe sinus stuff going on, you get in them planes up close with all them people, and I'm going to sneeze. But that's what happens, right? So I think I'm going to do me a 72-hour fast, see if I can get over this cold, jumpstart my weight loss again, and get going again. But I don't want people watching this maybe for the first time thinking, oh, I got to do a 72-hour fast.
Yeah. No, I worked up to that.
Yeah. So I seen, Arlie was trying to come in, but now she's gone. So Arlie, if you want to come back on, just hop back in here and I'll get you added. Dr. Marla said, Chet looks amazing.
Thank you. Thank you.
There's Arlie. How are you, Arlie?
Good. How are you?
Good. So, all right, we got Chet. It's two against 3 tonight, I guess.
I can jump back off to make it even.
No, I think Michelle's going to join us here in a second too. So
we're going to have the Brady Bunch.
Yeah. So we heard Chet's story. Let's just go around the horn here. Chrissy, year and a half ago, what were you dealing with before you decided it's time to make a change?
My biggest number one was the neuropathy. Dealt with it for like 6 years. I thought I was going to lose my feet, or I was going to have injections in my toes, just the same as you. Yeah. My balance was way off. I was going through some bad depression. I had diabetes. I was at a 6.7. I had fatty liver. I had rosacea, psoriasis, so much inflammation. Like, I felt like I was a train wreck.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this system has been life-changing for me. Giving me my life back. I no longer suffer with the depression. Rosacea, psoriasis was gone within the first month. That stuff was gone. Inflammation after a few weeks, huge improvement. Neuropathy was probably about 60% gone after about 5 months. Now that I've been on it for a year, I would say it's 95% gone. My diabetes has been reversed from 6.7 to 5.2, and the fatty liver was gone after 5 months as well. And as an added bonus, I've lost 93 pounds.
Wow. That's amazing. Amazing.
Yep.
I want to say something real quick because I don't know if any of the rest of you are hearing it. Is somebody playing this on a different device at the same time we're on here? Because I'm hearing a bunch of feedback.
Mm-mm.
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, I muted Chet because I thought it was him, but maybe it wasn't him because I'm still hearing it. I
Chet,
just
you
knew
always
he
get
was.
the blame.
Is it
Well,
me?
I knew he
I don't
was up
know.
moving around, and I thought maybe it was him. So,
I had
but
to walk. Sorry about that.
no, you're fine. I just was hearing some feedback, and I thought maybe it was you, so I muted you, but it kept going. So, all right, Haley, let's hear your story. Chrissy, your results are absolutely amazing. You're so inspiring.
Yep.
Thank
So
you.
happy for you. Oh,
Yep.
Megan's trying to join us. Great. There's Megan Warner, first time joining us on live. Hello, Megan. For those of
Hi.
you who haven't met Megan yet, Megan is on Lou Ann's team. So welcome in. We're just kind of going around the horn and getting everybody's story right now, and then we're going to talk about what we've done to change these things. So, Haley, you recently joined us on this mission, but you've been using the protocol for a while. But in the beginning, you were kind of half in, half out, right?
Yeah. So I got very inspired watching my mom go through all of these changes, and it really changed her life. It changed all of our lives because it changed her life, and it was amazing to watch. So me and Josh, my boyfriend, even my sister, we all were like, you know what, this is amazing. So we went ahead and tried it, and yeah, I have trouble sometimes being consistent. So I did it. You know, I just wasn't like fully locked in, but as soon as I started locking in, um, I can already like start seeing results even a little faster.
So I got a question for you.
Uh-huh.
What locked you in? Was it the live event we did down there?
Yeah, I think honestly that just something just like clicked, like I just need to do this, like just do it. Why am I not fully in it? I have all the stuff. I have everything I need to like succeed. So just do it.
Yep.
So I had to just like, just do it. Just do it like Nike.
Yep.
But
Hey, but
yeah,
tell them
so
about your jacket you tried on the other day.
yeah. So yeah, I think I've lost about now I've lost about 20 pounds altogether, which is
Awesome.
good. It's good for me. And I feel like I have a lot less like bloating. Feel like in my face sometimes. Also, yeah, some of my clothes are starting to fit. I had this jacket that I think my aunt gave it to me a long time ago. It's a white jacket, and I kept it because I was like, someday I'm gonna wear this. The other day, I got to put it on, and it fit, and it even like buttoned, and I was like, wow, I can wear it now. So that was exciting. Also, another health thing that it helped me with. I like as a girl, our periods and everything. So
Yeah.
I never went to the doctor for PCOS, but I've had like symptoms of that. So I've always had very irregular periods. I could go for like months without having one, which is not normal. It was normal for me, but not normal for most people. So being consistent and on this protocol and eating better, I have like now consistent periods like across each month. Like it's just normal. So that was one of the biggest things for me is that because it's always been very irregular for me. So they kind of fixed it, honestly.
That's awesome. And for the women watching this or may watch the replay, like PCOS is the number one cause of infertility. So, Chrissy, don't be surprised if you become a grandma here one of these days soon.
I'm already a grandma. And the funny story
another little
is,
buddy.
I have to tell you, because of the issues she had when she got pregnant, we didn't know she was pregnant until a week before she had it.
Wow. So yeah,
it's a crazy story.
that's so awesome. And I know I want to stress to people when I was asking Haley about the event we did, if you get a chance to go to an event in your area, go. You can watch us on live. You can watch our videos. You can do all these things. But being there in person, seeing that these people are real is a game changer.
Yeah.
You know, you may think just because you see us on Facebook or TikTok or whatever that these people are just, we can make these stories up. We're using photo editing stuff and all this. When you get to talk to Haley, talk to Chet, talk to me or Chrissy or Arlie or Megan in the flesh, you're like, oh, this is real. Like these people really have changed. And it makes all the difference in the world. So if there is an in-person event close to where you are, make sure you get to it. You know, take a couple hours out of your day to go see if this is what you've been lacking that can change your health. It's amazing. And if you aren't following, Megan just recently started making videos. So if you're not following her, go follow her. Haley cracks me up every day. Love her videos. Go follow her. Arlie is putting out some great content too. So go follow all these people. But we'll move on to Arlie here real quick. Haley, I'm so happy for you. I know you and Josh are just killing it right now. Your results are amazing. So just keep going. Arlie, what has this done for you? And how long have you been on this now?
Well, I've been on it since April, so it's been about 9 months, 10 months, right around in there.
Okay.
Watched Dad for about a year. He didn't talk about it. Kind of along the same lines as Jared. We watched him, didn't say much about it. Well, then when he went to partner, he kind of looked at me and said, Arlie, you need to start. And I gave him the same excuse. I ain't got the money for it. I ain't got the time for it. Yada, yada, yada. Well, in April, I finally decided to do it because I was tired of my knees, my hips, ankles, old sports injuries getting to me. It was getting tougher, getting older, getting up off the ground. It's harder for me to start coaching the girls that I've had since they were 8 years old, running up and down the side or the third baseline. Finally talked me into it. Within about 2 weeks, I got my energy. My inflammation started going down. I was able to move, jump up and down, get up off the ground. Because it's one of those, I always sat on the ground with the kids, playing with the kids.
Yeah.
But now, a lot of my girls haven't seen me since June, have seen me now. And they're like, Coach Arlie, what's wrong? Coach Arlie, you have more energy than we do. I said, just wait. Wait till about April, May of next year when we get out in the ball fields again. I said, you guys might be surprised. I might be chasing you up and down third baseline, jumping up
There you
and
go.
down, screaming. There's been a couple of times I've heard Dad make a noise at me that he's made noises to me throughout my ball career. It's just a little yell or a little holler that it's like, oh, I better calm down. I'm jumping a little too much. I'm getting a little too excited to going down third baseline. Or if I make a mistake there at third, by God, it's a noise I'm hearing. So it'll be interesting to see how I handle this next ball season. Plus, with my son's wrestling and running up and down the bleachers, I have more energy running up and down his bleachers to catch one of the corner mats to record his videos.
That's so awesome. And that's one of the big things, right? As we get older, like Haley hasn't experienced this yet, but as we get older, we just think this is the way it's going to be, right? We think the aches, the pains, the low energy, all that's how it's going to be until we're no longer here. And all of us are proof that that's not how it has to be, because it's so crazy. Like when we go to these events and things and we're running around and so, oh, we lost Megan. I was getting ready to bring her on. Hopefully, Megan, if you can come back, I would like to hear your story as well. So yeah, that's what we try to stress to people is it's quality of life, right? And if you can have a better quality of life, Arlie, I'm going to try to mute you for a second and just see if that fixed my issue. Yep.
Yep.
I don't know what your microphone's picking up, but that's what it was. So, okay, Megan's coming back. We lost her for a second, but hey, with this weather, who knows what's going on? So, but stick with us, Arlie. I'm going to come back to you, okay? All right, Megan, do you want to unmute and kind of share? Because I heard your story for the first time a couple of nights ago. Well, last night, wasn't it? When was it? Was it last night or the night before?
Thursday.
And I was like, wow, that is freaking powerful. Amazing results. So how long have you been using this, and why did you decide to get started?
It goes back to a year ago last fall. My husband and I both kind of looked at each other and we're like, hey, we're kind of at our heaviest we've been.
Happens to all of us, right?
Heavier than I'd been, even pregnant. I was pushing, honestly, I was pushing, getting close to 200, and that's crazy. So I was doing some other things, something that I didn't even really, I like hid from people, but I was trying diet, trying different things. I was kind of miserable, but I was working through it. And somewhere April, May, I just kind of, and gained back, I don't know, 10, 15 of it. 15, I'd probably lost 20, and so I gained about most of it back. And Luann, so I've known her from some other things. I know she's really into natural stuff. She shows up in her posts, she's consistent. And so I finally was like, hey, I want to try it. And I drank my mate the first time, and I can remember sitting outside my house. I called her, I'm like, I feel great. This is awesome. And it wasn't like a caffeine, like jittery buzz. Like it's just like it lifts my moods.
Yep.
And I can attest, I actually was waiting for the decaf to come out. And so I actually didn't have it, the mate, for a little bit. I was still doing my balance, but when I got it back in me, it was like, oh, I've missed you. Just that mood. It just makes me feel lighter. And I'm sure my family appreciates it, which you might hear them in the background. They're at the other end of the room down there.
Oh, that's all right. That's all right.
So I signed up right after that. And so I've been using it since the end of August. And I'm down to like a weight that's like, we're getting close to matching my driver's license weight, ladies, if you know what that means. So like, I'm like getting down there. I've lost 30 pounds and counting, probably closer to 33 at this point.
Awesome.
I had labs that had been run back in January when I was doing the other system. Now it tells me my phone's low, but I have a cord right here. So I had labs that were done back in January, and like cholesterol was okay. And nothing I thought I was concerned about, but I had them redone, and I hadn't been quite on it 3 months, and they're like amazing. My IR score went down from the at risk a full point down to is it the best or good or whatever that bottom number is.
Nice.
And the thing that's scary about that, well, not scary, but my hemoglobin A1C was normal back in January, and it went down a little bit more, but it's still good now, but it was good then. So when you miss those things, it's like, I'm
glad you brought that up, because we're going to touch on that here in a few.
So I love it. I've told people before, like when I first started, I was like, yeah, I think I'll do this, forever. And they're like, what? I'm like, dude, people go to the doctor and get a pill and they're just going to take that forever. Why not drink some fiber? We all need that every day. And why not sip on something like, I taught for a while, and the kids got me going on iced coffees. I don't even like it anymore. Like I used to. I've tried making it home with my good stuff. I don't even care. Like I sip on water and my mate and maybe a keto hot chocolate once in a while. That's it.
So amazing. I'm so happy for you. We're glad you're part of this family.
And my husband's doing it too.
Yeah. I didn't really get his story the other night. What's his story?
Well, we're still working on him, but he's a guy, you guys can do
easy now.
Things. Well, you can do different things than us ladies sometimes, and it still works. But he actually told me, I don't know if it was that night. No, he said last night, he's like, I forgot my mate today and I can feel it. I was like, Oh, you're not going to do that again, are you?
Yeah. Awesome. So I got a question for you. I'll start with you, but I want everybody to answer this because it's something you said during your story there. So
Mhm.
you'd done something else and you
Yes.
weren't really telling anyone.
No, I hid it. I
Right.
mean, I talked about the other things I was doing, but that was like the last thing I talked about that I was doing.
So my question is, did people notice a change in you when you were doing that and ask you what you were doing? And if
Um,
not, did they notice a change in you doing this and ask you what you were doing?
yes. Before it was a shorter period of time and my progress wasn't as great.
Okay.
But those around me knew that was like, because I had cut out sugar. Like I went hardcore for 10 days. Like day 3, I was crying and praying a lot, like a lot. Tears. It was a struggle. I didn't have that this time around. Like, don't be afraid, people. This is the system you want. Um, but yeah, no, this time around they asked, but I also it just flows out of my mouth. I just want to share it with them because I have a strong faith and I mean, you can see my faith right back there.
Yeah,
I have
absolutely.
a strong faith and I really believe this is something that I feel confident in sharing. My body's a temple and I want to honor my body, and I'm just so thankful for it.
I feel every day that God put this in my path for a reason.
Yeah.
He knew I was sick and he knew I wasn't going to change it on my own. Like I needed help. Right. So this was the thing that got me over because I had tried so many things and don't get me wrong, I had lost weight before to the point where people was like, wow, like big difference, but I couldn't sustain it. Right. Now people see me and they know I've been doing this for over 2 years and they're like, oh, he's sticking with it this time. I'm sticking with it because it's simple, right? It's not, I'm not depriving myself. I'm just doing it the way it's designed. That's why so many people ask me all the time, well, how long do you have to do this? Well, do you brush your teeth every day? Do you take a shower every day? Do you, if you want to stay healthy, then you got to do the right things for your body. For me, this system just makes it so much easier. So Chet, I was coming to you next. Like, had you done things before and did people ask you what you were doing and then flip it to this time?
Well, I've lost the same 20 pounds 100 times.
Yeah, absolutely.
I literally add that up, but nobody really ever paid attention, or they might, you look like you're down a little bit, but nothing. I could never sustain it. I mean, I constantly I'll eat a little bit of this today and maybe I'll eat a little bit of that tomorrow, and it all at once 20 pounds is back and another pound or two besides.
Yeah.
And I couldn't sustain what little bit that I'd ever gained. I couldn't do it.
So many people that do this system say, I want to do it, but I'm not going to tell anyone. I'm not going to share it with anyone. And I tell them, if you do this the way it's designed, people are going to come to you and ask you what you're doing. It's just inevitable, right? Because they're going to see the changes in mood, energy, the way you look, the inches you've lost. It's inevitable if you just follow it the way it's designed.
Yep.
So people are going to ask you, and if you withhold the information of something that has changed so many people's lives, well, that's on you, right? Even if you don't want to do this to make money, there's still people in your life that need to get healthy. Why wouldn't you share this with them? Let them make up their own mind if it's something they want to try or not, right? If not, okay, fine. You're not going to pressure anyone. But here's what I say all the time. If this will help someone that's close to you and you don't say anything, what happens if they get really sick or worse, pass away? How are you going to feel then that you didn't share this with them? So always keep that in the back of your mind. I will tell anyone that will give me the time of day and listen about this. That's why I make videos every day, because I help people all over the world, right? So you'll never get me to shut up about this. Haley, let's go to you. Like, had you done other things before this?
Yeah, I've always been like a little chunky always. So I've always like tried I love food. Like I just like have always loved food. So that is bad for me. But yeah, I would try like random diets or try cutting out things. I would try like working out. I hate working out actually. Uh I don't know why. I've always I just hate it. But and yeah, so I could sometimes lose some, but it never mattered. Like it was never anything like noticeable. And yeah, this is really the only thing that I could say has actually worked for me.
So when you were doing those other things, those yo-yo dieting and that, were people asking you what you were doing, or
Oh no.
are they asking you now what you're doing? Are they seeing a difference in you? Good. And it's only been consistent for what, a month?
Yeah, yeah. So, I had a lady that I used to work with. I don't know if she's in the live or not. I'm not sure. But she just messaged me yesterday asking about the tea and just to like see what I was doing. And so that was something. And then my family has been noticing that I'm like losing a little in my face, so that's nice.
I can tell that from when I seen you last month.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah, so
Inches.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's slow. My weight is always very slow. The number on the scale, I try not to focus too much on
Yep.
that, but just because it's always very slow for me to lose weight, but it is coming. It is coming. And this is the
So,
only thing that's really I've ever done that is making this change.
and
So, and
what I tell everyone is our gut health, every one of our gut health is at a different stage of a train wreck, right? Some worse than others. I'm gonna sneeze. I feel it coming.
Bless you.
Say
Thank you.
sunshine.
It
Say
made it go
sunshine.
away.
But
So some people may take longer, right? We have to heal our gut before we start seeing the
Mhm.
results. Some people, it takes up to 60 to 90 days to reverse insulin resistance. Once you reverse the insulin resistance and become more insulin sensitive, then the weight is going to start melting off of you at that point. So I have people that have done this protocol and went 5 months and never lost a pound. But then it was like all of a sudden somebody flipped the switch and it just started melting off of them. Now, for some of us, weight isn't even the problem. It's energy, it's mood, it's focus, it's blood sugar, it's cholesterol, it's heart problems. Like Luann had heart palpitations, it's kidney problems, it's neuropathy, it's inflammation, it's PCOS, erectile dysfunction. We have to heal the gut first before these things will start to go away. And if we reverse the insulin resistance, which is the root cause core problem of all these things, people need to understand that medication, if you look at that picture at the top in the middle, they're going to give you a medication for every one of those symptoms, right? But those medications are never going to reverse it because they're not working on the root cause core problem, which is insulin resistance. This protocol that we do, that we're going to explain, was designed to fix your insulin resistance and help you become more insulin sensitive. So, very good point. Just stick to the process and it will happen. And what you said about not focusing on the scale is great because so many people focus on the scale too much and they'll weigh themselves every day. But I tell them, how's your energy? Are you sleeping better? Like, are your clothes fitting different? Because you will lose visceral fat in inches before the scale may even move, right?
I feel like that happened to me because I would tell my mom, I would be like, I feel like my clothes, like some of them like feel better, but the scale is the same.
Yep.
And yeah, she would just kind of tell me that too.
Yep. Absolutely. So you're doing awesome. Arlie, how about you? What have you tried in the past, or have you tried things in the past?
I would try things a little bit at a time. You can ask Dad. There was the years that I spent running football program. When it's summertime and it's hot, I would not eat but once a day, and I would drop 20, 30 pounds. But come wintertime, by God, it was back on. And I'd add a couple pounds on top of it like he did. But it was just an evil cycle of I dropped 30 pounds, put 35 back on, and just slowly kept creeping back up. So it was a vicious circle for me of back and forth, busy with kids, running them to sports, eating everywhere, but at home just because of the time and hustling to get every place. But this is the first thing that I've stuck with, and like Haley, my clothes fit differently. Weight's not coming off as quick, but my clothes are fitting differently.
There you go. And that's what people need to, they need to notice the small wins, right? So many, we live in a world, people want instant gratification, right? That's why so many people take the injections, because, well, the doctor's giving it to them and they think it's a quick fix. They're not concerned about the side effects down the road. For us, with what we're doing, there are no side effects, right? It's all natural. Now, I shouldn't say none. I mean, if your body's not used to fiber, you could have a little constipation or diarrhea in the beginning, but that's something we can easily fix with more hydration, backing off a little bit on the fiber, taking some magnesium, different things we can do. Those things aren't going to help when you start to have, gastroparesis or other side effects from them quick fix miracle drugs, right? So just everyone keep that in mind. Chrissy, how about you? Have you tried multiple things? Have you been a yo-yo dieter? How's it went for you?
Yep. I mean, I just consistently kept gaining weight. It seemed like it would always pack on, Arlie, like you in the winter. I hate cold, so I would never move. I had tried V-Shred. I had tried doing some workout routines here by myself that my daughter had done. I just couldn't get the weight off. It wasn't moving. And then, it didn't help the depression that I would lock myself in a room for, pretty much 8 months and just ate myself into the worst stage that I possibly could. But yeah, I started this system, and I mean, within the first couple of months, or actually first couple of weeks, I could tell a huge difference. Even my kids, I mean, if you ask them, they could tell a difference. I was up moving again, and then after a few months, 2, 3 months, I'm going on trips. I'm getting out of the house again. I'm going, I'm all about let's go, let's go, let's go, let's do, let's do, let's do. Like I didn't want to sit around anymore. And everybody's like, man, like, what is going on with you? Like, what are you doing? Because you look great. You're just glowing. And like, it's a new me, and so everybody was wanting to know, what are you doing? What are you doing? And the weight just, it just started falling. Now, like I said, everybody's different. I know some, it takes a little longer, but it will happen once you get it fixed, and mine just started rapidly coming off pretty quickly. I've been, 5 months, I was down, what, 60, 70 pounds. And then, like I said, I've been on a year now, 93 pounds. But that's great. I needed to lose the weight, but I really just feel like the health benefit of it was
Yeah,
what,
absolutely.
that's the most important thing to me because, I've got my children and my grandson and my husband, and, I want to be around to do these things. And I felt like the route I was going was not headed in a good direction.
Yeah. Yep. I agree with you 100%. And so I just want to stress anybody watching this now or watching the replay later, if that resonates with you, if you fell into depression, if the weight was just like a vicious cycle, like Chet said, you'd lose 20 pounds 100 different times, right? And you're always gaining it back and then some. If you feel like nothing has ever been sustainable and actually worked for you long term, all of us were in that same boat, right? And I want to say, up until 2 years ago, I never knew any of these people, right? They just found me because I reversed my diabetes and said, I will tell anyone who will listen to me that I reversed type 2 diabetes. Something they say is not possible to do. You will be on medication for the rest of your life. You got to manage the diabetes. I was tired of managing it. I wanted to get rid of the medication. And when I was able to do that, I said I would tell everyone. Chet found me on TikTok. Then Chrissy had a friend that told her about me on Facebook, and she started following me. Then Chet's daughter and son started using the product and getting amazing results. Chrissy's daughter started using the product, getting amazing results. Megan found Luann, who had found Ralph, and Ralph found me on TikTok 2 years ago. Actually, probably 3 years ago, because Ralph was stubborn and watched me for a long time before he decided to try it. But thankfully, he did. Luann found him, and now look how it's spread. Megan has people that have ordered through her, and friends that have. So that's how this spreads. So I just want to go into what we're actually doing, and then if anyone wants to try what we're doing, you can reach out to whoever invited you to this call or this live, whoever shared this with you. Get back to them, because they can get you the same price that every one of us pay. You're not going to be charged this astronomical amount retail price. You're going to get it for the same price we do if you order it through who invited you to this live or who shared this live with you. So if you're on Megan's page a week from now watching this, reach out to Megan. If you're on Haley's page, reach out Arlie's, Chet's, Chrissy's, Michelle's, Sandy, Luann. There are a bunch of them in the comments here that have shared this with a ton of people. Reach out to that person. They can get you the price we pay. So here's the deal. 93% of adults are metabolically unhealthy. They're broken, and they don't know how to fix it. Not 8 out of 10 don't even know that they're metabolically broken. What Megan was talking about earlier was in January, her labs looked good. Her A1C was good. Most doctors are chasing blood pressure, glucose, A1C, cholesterol. They don't even look at the insulin resistance score. A lot of them don't. They won't do a fasting insulin test unless you request it. But you can be insulin resistant for 10 to 15 years before it ever shows up as type 2 diabetes. Well, then it's too late. Guess what? Then you're getting on metformin, you're getting on insulin, you're getting on Wegovy, Mounjaro, Ozempic, whatever it may be. What if you can fix it now before that happens? What if you don't have to lose toes or feet before you realize this can be reversed? What if you don't have to have a cardiovascular event before you realize this can be fixed? Insulin resistance is at the root of all these problems. If you reverse the insulin resistance, these problems start to go away, right? And you could slowly, over time, start getting off medication. I didn't take myself off medication. My doctor who prescribed those meds eventually took me off of them, okay? So we got to focus on the insulin first. If you're trying to lose weight and your insulin levels are high, you can never burn fat for fuel. You have to take a break from food to be able to bring your insulin levels down to normal. Then your body will switch into burning fat for fuel instead of burning sugar all the time or glucose for energy. One of the best ways to do that, like I said, is take a break from food. Most of us skip breakfast, okay? Now, you can skip a different meal if it works out better for you for your work schedule or whatever. But let's just say you had dinner tonight at 6, 7 p.m. If you then don't consume any more calories before you go to bed, well, that's another 3 hours, let's say, 4 hours. You fast through the night. You wake up in the morning. Who's been told breakfast is the most important meal of the day? Was you ever told that?
Mm-hmm.
Newsflash, that was a marketing campaign by Kellogg's back in the 70s to sell you more breakfast cereal, okay? Breakfast simply means break fast. Doesn't matter what time you break your fast, but you got to do it in the right way. So most of us were always breaking it with cereal, oats, bagels, muffins, French toast, orange juice, all these things that are high in sugar and spiking your blood sugar, okay? If you do that first thing in the morning, it sets you up for a blood sugar roller coaster all day long. Your blood sugar spikes, your insulin goes up to stop it, blood sugar crashes. Guess what? You're hungry, you're tired, you're angry.
Need a snack.
Hangry, right? So you're reaching for a snack, a soda, an energy drink, a coffee, iced coffees. the milkshake coffees, all these things to have energy. Then you spike your blood sugar again. Insulin goes up, you crash, you're hungry again. Then it's lunchtime. And you just do this vicious cycle all day long. What if you skip breakfast and you sip Unimate? Unimate helps with energy, mood, cognitive brain function, fat burning, helps get you in ketosis, increases your body's own production of GLP-1. You don't need to take a shot to do that. Get you some chlorogenic acid, theobromine, and sip on that throughout the morning. It shuts off the food noise. It curbs your cravings. You're not weighing yourself down and getting all sluggish from eating a bunch of carbs. So we mix this in the morning, 16 to 32 ounces of water, and sip on it, okay? It comes in a packet like this. 3 different flavors, lemon, lemon ginger, and raspberry pomegranate. They're all delicious. I drink all of them, okay? So you sip on that throughout the morning. Does anybody else do it a different way? Or is that how everybody does it? Do you start your day with Unimate? Go ahead, Chet.
Yeah, I do, but I change mine up. I like to mix mine with hot water so that I sip like coffee.
Yep,
And,
I do the same thing.
And
I do too.
Sometimes I can get sipping it too fast if it's cold.
Yeah.
And so when I mix it with hot water, it slows me down and it keeps me more in where I need to be instead of just drinking it too fast.
Okay. Yeah, that's a great point. Megan, you were going like this. How do you do it?
Because I'm a woman, I'm trying something new, working with my nurse practitioner. I'm starting my day with a protein, and then before I ever sip my mate, because it has a little caffeine, but we're just seeing how this goes. We're gonna try it for a couple months. And then I sip on it, and then I end my eating window earlier in the day. So like 5:30. It just kind of depends on how it works out. But I'm still fasting 16 hours. I feel like I'm I'm in like a maintenance mode right now, and so I'm not trying to drop a bunch of weight.
Yeah.
And so we're just looking at like some labs that I had that we're just working with. So
right, and that's
just this one lab we're watching where she's like, well, let's try this and see what happens. But she loves the system and she loves the results that it's given me so far.
Right, and that was adrenals or something, right? Was that?
Yeah, like a cortisol, and it was actually a Tuesday night science call that I caught. That I was like, it was the circadian rhythm one, and I thought, I should try that.
So to the point she made earlier, women are different in some aspects. Yes. Women that are still having their cycle need to fast a little differently. Haley, if you don't have that fasting calendar, we need to make sure you get that. It's going to help you. It's going to help your cycle stay more regular, and it may help you drop weight better if you fast with your cycle. So we need to make sure we get that to you. And anyone else that's in that situation, when you decide to try this protocol and you're a female and you're still having your regular cycle, or if you want to get it back to regular, reach out to the person you ordered through and say, hey, I would like the female fasting calendar because I'm still on my cycle, right? It can make a huge difference. Okay. So that's very important. And also what Megan said, if you're in maintenance mode, you're trying not to lose a bunch more weight, you just kind of want to maintain, then eating breakfast and having protein is fine. That's great, right? Because protein's not going to spike your blood sugar, but it's still going to get your body, your metabolism moving because you're eating, okay? So a great point, and thank you for saying that. So women, if you're still having a period, you got to fast correctly. Dr. Mindy Pelz did a call on one of our webinars about that specifically. So if you didn't get a chance to see that, I'll see if I can get you the recording.
Her book also, Jeff, is awesome.
Yeah, she just released a new one, but the book
Fast Like a Girl is excellent for women. You can get it on Audible or whatever, or get the actual book. But it's great. And she believes in our protocol too. She actually uses Unimate religiously now. Once she talked to Ben Bickman,
And then she just started drinking it as well. So yes, but that's a very good point for ladies. Okay. So if you're trying to lose weight, you're not worried about your period and all those things, fast through breakfast. Try to get 14 to 16 hours. Okay. I do that by sipping on this. I could never do it religiously, constantly, consistently without having this. I would do it for a month and then go back to my old habits. Now, as long as I'm sipping on this, I really don't even think about food. I mean, I've done several 72-hour fasts. I know Haley just did one. Chet's in the middle of one right now, or coming to the end of one.
Within my first week, I had gone 25 hours fasting, and I wasn't trying. It was just like, oh, hey.
The first time Michelle did a 24-hour fast, she goes, oh, I haven't ate for 25 hours now. And she wasn't even trying. So it just becomes simple, right? But if you're doing it kind of the way it's laid out, unless you're trying to make some tweaks for your life, fast through breakfast, break your fast around 11, 12, 1 o'clock. Try to prioritize fiber, fat, healthy fats, and protein. Keep your carbs kind of low, right? Then in the afternoon, we drink a second one of these Unimates. I make the second one through the day cold, usually always, because I'm at work. And I just sip on it through the afternoon. That keeps me, I used to be the person who would about 2, 3 o'clock crash, run into the gas station, grab a Pepsi, 20-ounce Pepsi and a Snickers, right? That'll get me till dinner time when I get home. And then get home and smash a whole large pizza and then sit down in front of the TV and snack on some ice cream. You guys get the picture, right? And that's most of the world, honestly. Most people are doing that. So sip a second one through the afternoon. And then right before our largest or carb heaviest meal, which for most people's dinner, some people, if you're on a different schedule like Megan or others, there's a lot of other people kind of tweaking this to fit their lifestyle. That's the best part about this. This meets you where you are. This system meets you where you are, right? Some people don't change anything in their diet and just start taking these products and then start seeing amazing results. And they're like, wow, if maybe I would start fasting 12 or 14 hours, if maybe I would, cut back on the carbs a little bit or start prioritizing protein where I stay fuller, I could get even better results. That's why I tell people, if you don't want to change anything, just start getting these products in your body. Your gut is going to start to heal and you're going to start seeing results. When you see results, it makes you want to make better choices. You start making better choices. You start feeling better and you think, man, the sky's the limit if I just go all in on this, right? So dinner time comes, we mix this fiber. So everyone in the US and Canada will get a bottle kind of like this, right? And it has lines on it. 8 ounces of water, 8 ounces of cold water, preferably. The warmer the water, it gelatizes quicker. But some people can't drink. I know people have sensitive teeth and that kind of stuff and can't drink really cold water. As cold as you can stand it. This packet, 8 ounces, shake it 4 or 5 times, chug it down. Okay. You've seen a bunch of us. If you've watched our videos, we're always doing the shake it challenge, right? Whether it's Unimate or Balance. Chug that down. That is 7 different types of soluble and insoluble fiber. Most folks say, well, I can go to Walmart and buy Metamucil. That's a single source fiber, right? It's usually, and those single source fibers are usually psyllium husk or wheat dextrin. Most of those are designed to make you have a bowel movement. Okay. This has been designed by scientists who had this studied at the Cleveland Clinic that said if you take this regularly, it could reduce cardiovascular risk on a population basis and reduce the need or dosage for lipid-lowering prescription drugs. So if you're worried about heart disease, if you're worried about cholesterol, triglycerides, if you're worried about your A1C, your blood sugar numbers, you need a diverse blend of fiber. That's what this is. It's only 4 grams, but it's a 7X technology that makes it like you're getting 4 cups of broccoli in one little tube of this fiber, okay? So you take this right before your meal. It gelatizes in your stomach, coats the food you eat, slows down digestion, which slows the absorption of glucose into your bloodstream. Guess what? Your blood sugar doesn't go as high, Therefore, your insulin doesn't have to go up as high to stop that blood sugar. And then you don't have that crash afterwards where you feel hungry and tired and hangry and like, somebody better give me something to eat before I lose my mind kind of thing, right? You don't have that with this. It helps you stay satiated. And then if you're prioritizing fiber and healthy fats, well, you stay full even longer. Guess what? Your calories come down naturally without even trying. And you're not counting calories. Have any of you counted 1 calorie doing this?
Nope.
Have any of you counted your macros?
No.
Nope.
And
Couldn't.
we know what macros are, right? Proteins, fats, carbohydrates.
Just in the very beginning.
In the very beginning?
Just like protein, and then after a week I was like, whatever. I give up. I'll just
Yeah. So, and we know if we're getting enough protein or not, right? I've found this true with a lot of women. A lot of women don't get enough protein. They're not, I mean, just in the time I've been doing this, the people I've helped, right? Yeah. You kind of ask a woman, well, how much protein are you getting? He's like, and they tell you, and you're like, that's like 40 grams a day. That's not nearly enough, right? So you got to eat more protein. It helps you stay satiated, but it also helps with retaining muscle mass and muscle and bone density and all those things. So prioritize your protein, healthy fats, helps you stay fuller. Then this slows down digestion, kind of like the shot does, but this isn't giving you gastroparesis. Okay? This is natural. This is plant fibers. And then you have your dinner, and then you start the fast all over again. Now, don't get me wrong. There's times like when I'm out in Vegas and we're doing things, and maybe we didn't eat dinner till 9 o'clock. Well, I just fast a little bit longer the next day, right? You just make it fit your lifestyle. If you have a late dinner, then make sure you have a late lunch or skip lunch. Or if you have an early lunch, you just got to fit it in where you can get it in. This will meet you where you're at, right? If you just take the products consistently. So I want to go to says we've got like 15 people watching. Does anybody have any questions? And if you do, put them in the comments. If you want a certain person to answer them, like just tell me in the comments, hey, this is for Haley, and then ask your question. And we'll answer questions best we can. If no one has any questions, like I said, the company gives you a 90-day money-back guarantee. This protocol has 5 patents, more than 20 clinical trials. It's available in over 60 different countries around the world. In fact, they just opened up another country last week, Saudi Arabia. So they're HSA and FSA qualified, meaning if you have those with your employer or your insurance company through work, you can use that to pay for this. It's guaranteed to work or your money back. The only requirement they have is that you use the Feel Great Fasting app and log when you're taking your products, how long you're fasting, those sorts of things. And if you're not getting results, and you can prove that you've been doing it consistently the way it's designed, you can get a full refund. It's safe and natural. There's no drugs in it. And it becomes cost neutral. I want to cover that real quick. A lot of people think, well, this is expensive, right? People say to me, man, that's a lot of money. That's expensive. I say, compared to what? Compared to what? How much are you spending a day on sodas, coffees, snacks, fast food, doctor visits, medications? Compared to what? This is an insurance policy on your health, okay? $5.33 a day. It's less than a large Starbucks coffee. So I always say compared to what? You have to be ready to change your health. If you are, give this a try. Has there been any questions come in? I'm not seeing any questions. So we'll go around the horn here. Just final words. Chrissy, do you have anything you would like to close out that you want? If there's somebody that you invited on here that you want them to know.
I mean, if you're on the fence, you've got nothing to lose. I mean, just like Ralph says, prove me wrong. He said that to me not just me, but on there, and I couldn't see a truer statement. Is just prove us wrong. Do it for the 90 days. Like I'm telling you, you won't regret it. If you do it as it follows, you're going to see the results and feel amazing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Haley, how about you?
Yeah, I guess just going off of what you guys are saying, like you just have to try it. Like my mom said, if you're on the fence, like you just give it a try because it's life changing. Every person in this call is like one of the testimonies to show you like it really does work. And yeah, it could really change your life. So it's worth
Yeah,
it.
and that's such a good point. So you got Chet up here in his 60s, right? You got me and Chrissy in our 50s. Haley, how old are you?
I'm 30.
30. How old are you, Arlie? I'm sorry, I shouldn't be asking women how old they are, but I just
No,
want
it's okay. I'm 43.
So I just want to say this isn't made just for somebody 50 and older that's dealing with all kinds of health problems, on a bunch of medications. We have teenagers using this product.
Yeah.
Some they even have people younger than teenagers using this product through their parents watching them make sure they're doing it right, not over consuming.
Let's also not forget the athletes. There's athletes that are on this to help with the muscle recovery and.
Oh yeah, we have professional athletes using this protocol. So yeah, Chet, what would you say to someone here? Hey, Brandon, Shane, how are you?
The only thing that I can tell you, and I think a lot about this, and it is everything that we've looked at, we've tried, been through in our lifetime. The pills, the drinks, the this, and don't think for a minute that just another one of those, because this is literally the one that can save your life. Literally can save your life.
Absolutely. How about you, Arlie?
It's one of them. It like Dad said, like everybody else has said, it's one day at a time.
Yep.
You don't know if you don't try.
Absolutely. How about you, Megan?
I was going to say, take it one day at a time. We didn't do the damage to our bodies in one day. So
100%.
it's going to take time. It's progress over perfection. Don't give up. Keep going. Keep trying. We'll figure it out.
Yep, absolutely. So, great point. We didn't get sick and have all these problems in a month, right? A lot of people think, well, I did it for a month and it didn't work. We were just talking earlier, like sometimes it takes 90 days to reverse insulin resistance. And that's being consistent every day, right? Doing things the way we're supposed to. If you're ready to make a change and you want to try this protocol, reach out to whoever shared this live with you, whoever invited you to it. Erica Kress, Megan, says she needs that fasting calendar. I just saw that comment. So we'll make sure that y'all get that. So 90-day money back guarantee. You have nothing to lose. What if this could be the thing that you've been looking for? What if this could save someone's life that's close to you?
It will.
What if your grandparents had this when they were still here, right? What could this have changed in their life? We don't want to be another statistic. I didn't want to be 50 years old, missing toes or a foot, or laying in a hospital bed with a heart attack in my 50s. And I wanted to have a quality of life. Like Chrissy said, I got grandkids, right? I want to be here for them. I want to watch them grow up. I want to see them graduate, get married, all those things. On the path I was going, I was not going to be here for that. And now I know I will, right? The good Lord willing. So we never know what's going to happen, right? I mean, we've seen several accidents tonight on the way home. Who knows? But I know it's not going to be because of diabetes or high blood pressure or kidney failure now, for sure. So if you're ready to change your life, reach out to someone, let them help you. We are a big family. We are here to help you get the results you're looking for. If I don't have the answers, maybe Megan does. If Megan doesn't, maybe Chet does. Maybe Chrissy, maybe Luann, maybe Sandy, whoever. Somebody has been where you are currently and has fixed that problem or is on the path to fixing that problem. Don't give up. There is hope. It's called the Feel Great System. Reach out to us. We would love to help you. Thank you all for hopping on here tonight. We're going to start. I think we're done with all the traveling and all the stuff for a little while now. So maybe we'll get back in a routine of doing these again. I appreciate you all. Yeah, if you're watching the replay, let us know in the comments. And if that specific person invited you, like, reach out to them. All right. Have a great night, everyone.